So today I'm going to show you how to take your normal belt sander and use it as a table sander. Let's get it done.
Zombie apocalypse.
Alright, so this is a fairly simple concept that I'm going to use. To start with, I'm just going to take the belt sander, I'm going to turn it on its side. Now this might differ from sander to sander, but mine has got a fairly flat surface on the one side. So if I put it on the table, it's going to lay flat and steady. It's not going to move it all around and so on. So I'm simply going to put it on its side. There's a gap at the bottom so the rollers can move freely without touching the table, which is pretty important. And then I'm simply going to take a big clamp like this. I'm going to put it through a hole that I've got in the table. This is where I usually mount my my circular saw or my router, and I'm merely going to clamp this onto the table. On the other side as well, I'm going to put a clamp through the handle hole. Now obviously this might differ depending on your saw or on your what do we call this, a sander, and this might differ a slight bit. Now there are quite a few ways that you can obviously mount this to the table. It doesn't have to be clamped just like this. Some people prefer to actually make a sort of a mount station sort of for the entire sander, so it doesn't just have to be mounted or clamped in one position. It can be easily removable. Ooh, stuttering there for a moment. So let me just clamp this together. 2 clamps, and this thing is solid, not going anywhere. Now like I said, some people can maybe use a piece of wood, make a frame for the shape of the sander and mount it into that. So this is going to be a simple, quick and easy method. The easiest, not difficult at all. Now because the sanding paper isn't quite against the table, I'm only going to use a piece of wood like this, attach it to the table temporarily. I'm going to use normal double-sided tape for this exercise. Just take that off. Just use a couple of pieces. This is just a temporary mount, so this is not going to be a permanent mount of any sort, just for demonstration purposes in this case alone. And then try and take the double-sided tape off the one side. Of course I'm going to struggle a bit today. There we go. Awesome, that's basically it. So double-sided tape on the bottom side of the piece of wood. I'm just going to put this close to the belt sander, not against it all the way. And this is just a plain square piece of wood, nothing complicated, nothing serious. And the main idea would be for this to be square with the entire sanding paper, or the sanding place basically, or the sanding surface. So if I put that's perfectly straight and level. So whatever I'm going to sand here would be at a 90-degree angle, which is fairly important. So let's see if this works. Switch on the router here. Where's the switch now? And like you can see, this works fairly well. We've got a nice smooth corner here. This thing is still steady against the table. This thing is not going anywhere. A nice flat surface to sand this with. And I cannot think of an easier way to do this. So if you like this idea, and if you would perhaps like me to build a bit more permanent solution for this, something where I can maybe just put the belt sander into and take it out again, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, if you like the idea, give me a thumbs up, be sure to do that. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, also consider doing that. So, until next time, thank you very much guys.